How do we bring people into the organization, interview, recruit, or hire them? What are the things that we do to create a culture or structure? What benefits do we provide? What do we measure? How do we promote people? And are we clear who gets promoted and who doesn't? How do we use employee resource groups or communicate? All of these kinds of issues. And then finally, externally, what are relationships with the vendors, the marketing, public relations, developing business, and our customers? So we have to develop a way to holistically look at all of these issues if we're really going to change our organizations in a sustainable way. The third, and this one is something that I think is profoundly important to us in understanding what's going on in the world today, and that is understanding that we're shifting from a world of hierarchy to a world of networks. And we see this happening, of course, all over the world. We see it relative to social networking and what's available today. And of course, it's demonstrating itself in terms of all of the various things that we're noticing happening. What are some of the competencies that we need to develop as diversity professionals in order to be successful in this world? The first is that we have to rigorously and continuously develop cultural competency. And I mean culture now in the broadest sense. To understand how other people think, to understand how they're framing the world, to understand the mental models and the behaviors. And this goes way beyond kiss, bow, and shake hands. This goes, what's important to you? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? What are you feeling that I may not be feeling? How do you express all of that? And do I understand it? Am I able to bring humility, cultural humility, to listen and try to understand that, even when I don't agree with you, to understand that in your world, that's normal. The second is to let go of the proprietary mindsets that we have sometimes in diversity. You know how sometimes we get, this is mine, the diversity departments, or the HR departments, and to look at how we integrate everywhere by looking for ways to bring diversity into the problem-solving mix. How do we embed diversity and inclusion into everything we do in our organizations, whether we're businesses or civic organizations, not-for-profits, healthcare, whatever it is, so that diversity becomes one of the lenses through which we look at every part of the jobs that we're doing. How do we study systems thinking and true culture change methodologies and practice them? And for a lot of us who came into diversity from social action, that means that we need to put ourselves on a hard study program to understand how organizations really change, how organization development works, how we influence people. To constantly explore technology and how it can help us forward this work. How do we use these social networks that we have and the ability to reach people, to educate people, to motivate people, to connect people, to transform people's lives. And lastly, and most important, to focus on our being more than our doing. Because who we're being about this issue is what touches people. You see, if we come in as diversity practitioners pointing fingers and blaming people, looking for the racist and the sexist or whatever in the room, conducting find them and fix them trainings, then what do you think we get in response? Especially for people whose bias is unconscious. What we get is this. But if we come in with our own humility, understanding that we do this as much as anybody else does, then we have the opportunity to connect with people, to be in partnership with them, and to move them forward.